Welcome to Module 5, setting up the squeeze page. So there's a few things I'd like to cover in this video. I'd like to go through how to create your squeeze page, the different tools that are available, what you really should be aiming for with a squeeze page in terms of your compelling text and having it highly converting. I'll also touch on using stock images. I will talk a little bit about exit pop-ups. I'll show you how we should upload that page in the report onto your site and integrate it all with the autoresponder. So I'll start off with some of the squeeze page tools. So there's a number of squeeze page builders available. Some of those, there's the ability to create squeeze pages for free, but there's also quite a number of paid squeeze page builders. So probably the most popular of the squeeze page builders is a product or a site called Lead Pages. This is a subscription site again. It's a pay-by-the-month site that allows you to create your squeeze pages tied into the autoresponder, and I believe you can host the squeeze page there as well. Another popular option is using WordPress plugins. So if you're familiar with a WordPress site, you're able to actually install squeeze page building plugins. Now, I believe there's a few of those available that are free, but the majority, there's quite a few that are a cost as well, so they're generally a once-off fee. One of the other squeeze page builders that I'm actually quite familiar with is a product called Landing Page Monkey. Landing Page Monkey is a one-off fee, and it's again, you can build the page there, you can integrate it with your autoresponder, and you can they will host the page there for you, or you can download it and host it yourself. Look, I recommend Landing Page Monkey for beginners. It's quite an easy system package to use. It's quite an easy product, and it's only a once-off fee. So I'll provide a link to that one in the resources for this video. But what I'll focus on for this video is setting one up absolutely free using HTML. So HTML, there's a few things you'll need to know. I'll step through those. We'll provide you in the resources a sample squeeze page. Pretty much the one I'll be creating here for you. You'll be able to use that and adapt that for your own purposes. So I'd like to touch on the formula behind creating a compelling squeeze page. There is a bit of a formula to doing it. So you're looking to have a headline along the lines of discover this, discover the secret, discover the hidden method, that's always good to have a headline along those lines. So generally things like discover, how to, and copy this secret formula, copy this approach, generally high converting headlines to be using on your squeeze pages. You want to follow that headline by a benefit, what the benefit is, and then often a benefit of that benefit. So, for example, I've been working on the report. If we think about the report that we'll be giving away for the metabolic cooking package, the report is called, I'll just make sure I get it right. The report that I'm going to use is the Quick and Easy Cooking Tricks to Banish a Boring Diet and Burn Fat Faster. So that's the title of the book. So if we look at how to apply this formula, something like discover the seven easy cooking tricks to accelerate fat loss. So there's your benefit, to accelerate fat loss and feel great today. There's the benefit of the benefit. So something like that is what I'll go with on the squeeze page that I'll put together for you. So I'll go through that again. So we've got discover the 7 easy cooking tricks to accelerate fat loss and feel great today. So you want to follow that with the field to enter their email address, and the button, the call to action button, something along the lines of, get instant access, download my report, or yes, let me in, something like that, to draw their attention and have them enter their details and click on that button. Now I've just jumped across to the squeeze page template I'll be using as the squeeze page for this campaign. So you can see here, this is just a standard template. There's some text at the top, the ability to put in your email address, get instant access. So I just want to talk a little bit about one of the other features that I've built into this squeeze page template. Now this is available for you to download. So the feature that I've built in is an exit pop-up. So for those that don't know what an exit pop-up is, it's a pop-up that occurs when the user tries to leave the page. So let's say we run our campaign, somebody clicks the ad, they get to this page, and they change their mind, they're not interested, they don't want to put in their email address. So they move their mouse to go and exit the screen, and I'll give you a live example of it. So they move their mouse to try and leave the screen, to close the browser or hit the back button, and the screen changes. The screen detects that they're doing that, and it displays a pop-up. Now, often that's, say, a JavaScript pop-up, a very intrusive pop-up that then stops them from being able to leave the page. Now, most of those, and using exit pop-ups like that is generally not allowed when running pay-per-click campaigns. It gets looked down upon that they can't freely leave the site. So what I've built, I actually have built into this template my own exit pop-up. And what it does is that it doesn't prevent them from leaving, but it tries to grab their attention at the last second to say, hey, don't leave the page. It tries to re-engage that user to stay on the page and continue and perform an action. So I'll show you, I've got my mouse here. So let's say a user decided that they weren't interested, they're not going to follow this. They move the mouse away to hit the back button, and the screen changes. So what we'll do here is I'll show you what we'll put in there is we'll put a banner ad in here for the metabolic cooking package to try and get them to click on that link and go directly to the package that we're promoting. They can click close from here, which returns them back to the squeeze page. I'll show you how to edit the content of this squeeze page and also the content of the exit pop-up. Now I've just jumped across to a text editor containing the index HTML for the squeeze page. So I use here on Windows, I use Notepad++ for doing my editing. I use a package on the Mac called Bluefish. Either of them are fine for editing HTML text. So I'll run you through what's in here. It actually looks really complicated, but it's not. Most of it you don't have to touch anything at all. So this is the file that you can download in the resources. So we have a page title that we would put in here. So you would edit that with the page title. I actually may leave that as free gift. If we scroll all the way down, we can pass all of this code. Here's where the real information is that we need to change. So here's the text. So the discover the simple, I think that's the standard text that came with the template. So we'll be changing that. Put in your best email to receive, we'll be changing that. And the exit pop-up is below. Now what you'll also notice here, there's a section here for linking to your autoresponder, and I'll talk to you a little bit about that in a moment. So what we'll do, let's start changing this heading. Let's make it what I mentioned before. So I'll call it free report, and we discover give me a second here, discover the 7 easy cooking tricks to accelerate fat loss and feel great today. Now one thing you do need to do is make sure you do a spell check and correct any issues. So read back over it and make sure any mistakes that you fix. So discover the 7 easy cooking tricks to accelerate fat loss and feel great today. And I might leave that. I'll leave that underlined, and I'll just leave the word 100% free. Nope, don't want to delete that. Okay, so then the next one's put your best email below to receive instant access to, and I'll put here quick and easy cooking tricks. Easy cooking tricks now. To the quick and easy cooking tricks now. I might capitalize the now. We'll save that page and we'll see what it looks like. I'll get rid of the exit pop-up. Let's reload. And there we go. Free report. Discover the 7 easy cooking tricks to accelerate fat loss and feel great today. 100% free. put your best email below to receive instant access to the quick and easy cooking tricks now. Doesn't quite flow, the quick and easy cooking tricks now. I might get rid of the now. There's the exit pop-up again. And I'll put that like that. Quick and easy cooking tricks. Yep, so I think that works. So if we scroll down below, so under the copyright, and what we'll also need to do in here, so you can see here there's a couple of links for a privacy policy and a terms of use. You should be able to find good examples of a privacy policy and a terms of use document online. But I'll take a look into it if I'm able to provide a sample document that you could base yours on. So further down below here is the exit pop-up. So you can see here's the please wait text that corresponds to that blue text that you see, the blue background with the white text. There's a place here to put a link and an image. So what we'll do is we'll replace that with a banner ad from the metabolic cooking product. So I'll just give me a moment, I'll just jump over and we'll download that image. One moment. So I've gone back to the affiliate link for the metabolic cooking package. Somewhere here there should be some banner ads. Yes, there's some banner ads there. If we scroll down, something this size would be ideal. So I might go with this one. So what you do is you save that file locally and we'll upload it onto the site. So I'll do that and then I'll show you exactly where to put it. Okay, so I've saved the image. I'll show you exactly where. So I've set up a folder here of the actual site that we'll be uploading to the FTP site. So here's that index page that I already showed you before. So that's the page that causes the domain name when we go to the domain to automatically redirect to the offer. So there's a few folders you'll need to create within the site. So I've got a folder called free, which is where I'm going to put the squeeze page. So the ad will actually go to our domain name /free. The images folder, which is where we'll put images like this banner ad image that I've just downloaded, and the report is where we'll put the free report. So if I go into images, here's the image here, and there's a couple of other images associated with the squeeze page. So I'll get that file name, and I should be able to go and put that back into the HTML code. So I've got the code open. So the link to the image we would put in here. So what have we got here? That's that. So it's back a folder, it's in images, and the file is called this. So I'll put that there, and we'll just see if this, I'll save that change, and we'll just take a quick look at the page. So I'll reload the page. So you've got the text there. Now if I move away, the exit pop-up should appear, and there it is. So you'd want something like that. It attracts their attention, it stops them from trying to leave the page, and hopefully they click here and they go straight through to those recipes. They make a purchase and we earn a commission based on that traffic that we would have otherwise lost. If they hit the close button, they return back to the squeeze page. So back in the HTML, this is where you would put your affiliate link. So that's, I showed you before, if you go into, so basically this is a ClickBank product, you go and press the promote, you put in your nickname and you'll get your link. So that affiliate link you would paste into here. So the last thing I'll talk about here with the HTML is the integrating to your autoresponder. So this is a sample, here's a form, you'll see this, it's underneath the text of the squeeze page text itself. If you look underneath that, there's a tag that starts here with a form tag, and it contains, actually goes all the way to there, and it contains a whole heap of these hidden fields. Now those are fields that will send information to your autoresponder about which list to add the people to, what fields are required, those sorts of things. Now there's a great tutorial on graphicsoria.com. I'll provide a link in the resources. There's a number of videos there for integrating squeeze page templates such as this one into get response, Aweber, and how to customize these pages. So there's some great tutorial videos there. We'll provide links to those in the resources. Now, the last thing I want to touch on is using attractive background images. So in this template here, there's just the one background that faded, the gradient between the two colors, and the arrow image. So I'm not going to put a background image on this one, but often on my squeeze pages, I do use background images that relate to the product and try and brighten the page and just make it more inviting for entering your email address and continuing in the process. So there's a couple of websites that I use when I'm looking for stock images. One of them is free and one of them is not. The free site to have a look at, and my exit pop-up just kicked in, is a site called Pixabay. Now Pixabay, let's say we were looking for something weight loss. So there's the top line is generally their Shutterstock images, so they're paid images, but everything underneath that is then free images that are free for you to download and use. So something that would be good for weight loss is this would be a fantastic background for a weight loss squeeze page. So with this, so you could picture here, and I can't move the mouse over to it, but you could picture in here the actual squeeze page sitting here, or similarly with this, you might set the squeeze page off to the side here. The actual form itself of the squeeze page could sit off to the side there. So this is a site I often use. Here's some more images that would be great to use on a squeeze page. So this is one of the sites I use. Occasionally I can't find what I'm looking for here. Actually, I'll show you. I'll click on one of those. They're just free downloads. Often, or if I can't find the image that I'm looking for here, I jump across to another site, and I think I've already done a search. I should have left it back here, called freedigitalphotos.net. So although this one says the word free in the digital photos, yes, the smaller photos are free, but the larger ones that you would need for a squeeze page, you have to pay for. So again, if I was to do a search, weight loss, there's some really good images here. There's quite a lot of images that would be suitable. That's a good one. I'll click on some of these. So you'll see here the smaller size is free to use, but the larger sizes, there's a cost associated with them. But it's pretty minimal. So if you find a really attractive image that you would like to use on your squeeze page, definitely the large size is good enough. This one's taller than it is wide. Yes, it's taller than it is wide. I'll go the other way. You often want to look for something that's screen size, so your 1280, 1024, or even larger than that. But there's really no need to go up to the high res images. Another site I use that I hadn't opened up here is a tool called TinyPNG. I'll just do a quick search for that. So if you do download an image and you are using one on your squeeze page, it's very important that file is absolutely as small as it can be. You're going to get approximately 50% of your traffic's going to come from mobile sources. Maybe they don't have the same internet connectivity speed as, say, a desktop. So you want to make sure that you get that background image as small as you possibly can. And this is one of the best sites that I've found to do that. You actually just drag and drop your image file into here, and it compresses the image. It doesn't lose any quality. So the quality of the image, you can't notice the difference, but in some cases it's 50, 60, 70% smaller. So I would always, after using an image on a squeeze page, I would bring it in here and compress it down, make it as small as it can be, and then use it on the squeeze page. Now finally, I've just opened that site folder that I was showing you before. So I've uploaded the squeeze page HTML file into the free folder. So I've got the squeeze page here. I've got the images that it's going to use in an images folder. The report that I've downloaded should go into this folder here. And I'll show you that in the next video. We'll be using that to link in with the autoresponder message. So when they get their email saying, here's your free report, there's a download link, that points to the report that will live in this folder. And like I mentioned before, that's the index page that redirects them straight to the offer. So that concludes Module 5, and I'll see you in the next video.